Are we live? Oh, hey, yeah, we are live.
We live?
I didn't think that it would just straight start going. I thought we had to click on start stream.
Yay. Right, I think they switched it around how they did it.
Huh.
Because I was having, you have to like schedule it, and you, I don't know, you press start and it just goes.
Interesting. Alright, well, shit, we're live.
Alright, well, welcome to Doki Doki Round 3 with the actual player, Beastly477, and commentary being me, Zeus, and OnagadoriFaith.
OnagadoriFaith. I made that when I was 12.
Nice.
My grandma's like, what do you like? And I was like, my chickens.
Sounds good.
Alright, so I think it was this one.
Oh no. Yeah, it's 28. The last one played it, so it's gotta be that one.
Yeah, you played it.
Okay.
Why is... That'd be you.
And,
What was her voice again? Female.
Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything's back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica. She smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Who should I show my poem to first?
Yuri. I don't know. Yeah, Yuri.
Got two burgers. 6. Right.
Yep. How many do you want?
Probably just one. How big are they? Yeah, probably just one.
Burger patty size?
Yeah.
I just do all of them.
That's not specific. McDonald's
Okay.
or Wendy's?
Wendy's. Well, yeah, actually. I think they're gonna tell me about this.
Come fry your shit.
You gotta tell me when they're almost done and I'll do that. Might be cutting this pretty short. Alright, well, I'm ready.
You have no lines yet.
Well done, Denton. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these days. Has my advice been helpful to you?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this is a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. That me? I guess that's right. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first. But now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree.
Yep, what he said.
Hot.
I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore,
Oops.
but it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone in their writing. And I guess doing some writing myself.
Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Denton?
Huh?
I am a robot.
Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way of getting in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. Even my opinions are just opinions. As always, I believe that... Shut up. As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself.
I'll drink to that.
That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another.
Why me?
Oh, You're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share.
Is that so?
Yuri thinks for a good minute.
Oof. Oh no, please don't say you're perfect.
That must be terrible.
Huh?
For me to become someone whose opinion is fearsome? How unlikable of me.
Yuri. Not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just mean that I respect your opinion.
I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to these sorts of...
Damn it.
I'm just a little too used to it.
Overthinking?
Being disliked.
Yuri.
What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on.
Alright. Do you want to share your poem now?
No.
That is not what that says, sir.
Okay.
Those are good onions.
Here.
Beach. Is that Marvel? A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface. Under a clear blue sky and expose of bliss, but beneath... What's that? Expanse. Sorry, I have a hard time with cursive. But beneath gray rolling clouds and endless enigma, the easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. Ah,
Not too bad.
that was a hanging sentence. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet. But where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? Or will it suddenly... Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet, we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle, yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back and abandon my peace to erode at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore.
I'm aware that the beach is kind of an insane thing to write about. But I did my best to take a metaphorical approach.
You say that like you didn't even want to write about it.
Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was amusing that we wrote about something. So Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other. I suppose better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. Probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something. It's refreshing. It's good for me to calm my thoughts once.
Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing.
Probably.
Hi, Denton. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people? I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Huh? Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure.
Probably another 5 minutes, man.
Already?
Already.
I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands.
This might be a short streaming session. Back to it.
Huh.
Thanks
It's
to
kinda
my
funny.
son of a bitch.
How so? No,
Good.
not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending lots of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we kinda grew up as best friends. I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together. I see. That reminds me. But how Sayori's been a little bit off today. Yeah? Did she tell you something? Well... Then, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do. Alright. Just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. Really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders the earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer. All meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am. A feather. Lost adrift in the sky. Victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall. And I fall and I fall, and I fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and a forefinger. The hand of the beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, and all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat,
Hey,
and I pick up a
he's
gust of
ready.
wind.
Get your ass over here. Come on.
I'm working on it. It's heating up.
Oh, okay.
You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing that I noticed. It seems like everyone in this club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know better than that, or know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your poem or your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, all the things that you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way. It will make you want to continue improving. Almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Do we want to keep going, or do we want to hit the pause button? I didn't expect it to be done this quick. It's more of a, we would come back to it a little later.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's almost done.
Alright, well.
a whole 6 or 7 minutes. Great.
15 minutes.
Oh, great.
Great stream, everybody. Let's regroup in 30.